Welcome back to Destination Playdate. I am your host, Attack Slug, and this is Hall of the Dwarf King, out now on catalog for a price of $6. As always, full disclosure, they sent me a copy. This is kind of a micro D&D campaign-ish type thing, but there are two ways to play. Either number one, you're playing here on the actual Playdate itself, or you're using it in addition to printed physical materials and a pair of dice. But I don't have that, so I'm sitting here playing it on the actual Playdate just by myself here. I'm going to hit A to awaken. We have 7 rounds to try to approach the Dwarf King and escape this dungeon. Let's try to survive. You were downed. Try and remember who you are. Are you a bard, a mage, a thief, or a warrior? Come out to play. So, this is based on an old screenshot of a mock-up from the Playdate before it even launched. And now it is a game of sorts. So, a wraith passed through your body, taking your consciousness. As you awake, it remains. We have the time, let's win. 3 actions remain. So, each of these rounds, of these 7 rounds, you have 3 actions to defeat or somewhat otherwise vanquish or get rid of or sneak past these different variety of enemies. Now, you have the D-pad to select what you want. So, if I hit up, that is the potion. If I hit right, that is a spell. Down is a spell. And left is my action menu. If I hit A on the action menu, then I can attack, spirit, banter, cower, or get some info. So let's try getting some info first. What do you want to know about? The creature. As you play more and more, you will uncover information. Right now it is all locked as far as the defense, attack, spells, all of that stuff. But as you play, as you grind through these encounters, you will unlock more and learn more. But right now, let us try hitting Spirit and see what it says. Wraith takes 1 attack to defeat. You still have an extra chance if you fail this round. Let's try that 1 attack. You roll and attack 5 versus defense 2. Attack hits, -1 resistance, and critical hit. You strike the wraith relentlessly until they retreat. Survive round 1. Bravery, extra chance, checkmark, and 0 treasure. So, you can find things in between the rounds. It's random, and there are also chests to open, but those chests could also be a mimic. So, you know, it's a roll of the dice, as they say. So, a pack of zombies that shamble into view. If only it would shuffle right back out. My friends, we can handle this. Can we though? 3 actions remain. Now, I could hit up to use the potion. So a potion of strength. Let's use that, yes. Attack is buffed until next hit. And then we'll whack those zombies. You roll attack 5 versus defense 3. Attack hits. Your attack knocks the zombies asunder. It's a great word. Round 2, complete. You found a chest. It could be a trap. Do we open it? Now, importantly, you do have at least 1 chance here to die and then, or fail and then continue on. It will let you know when you're on your last shot for that. So let's open this chest and hope, fingers crossed, it is not a freaking mimic. The Ring of Knickknack. I'll take that. All right. I'm not sure what that actually does, but I'll take it. A skeleton warrior rounds the corner and strikes fear into your very bones. We can do this, my friends. Look around for items and find none. So, do we cast a spell of whirlwind? Do we just attack this freaking skeleton and hope that we make things work here? It's gonna be interesting. Let's try. Alright, so we got spirit, banter, cower, and again, we'll go for info. I want to know about this creature. I got nothing. Let's try spirit. Skeleton takes 2 attacks to defeat. Okay. And an extra chance if you fail. Let's try attacking it twice then. You roll 2. Attack 3 versus defense 3. Attack misses. Yeah, that was even there. Let's try it again. Attack. You roll a 3. Attack 5 versus defense 3. Attack hits. Alright. So we got 1 more. If this one actually hits, then we're good. But if it misses, then it's a no good. So let's assess here. Skeleton would prefer you cower this round. That's interesting. Let's try that. I've not tried that before. Cower from the skeleton. Your blood chills at the clatter of the skeleton bones. Satisfied on its superiority, it leaves you be, and that affects your bravery. But we got past the round. The Lich. Alright, Lich. You could feel the terror creeping up, and now you know why. A potion or a spell, maybe? 3 actions remain. So, I found a strength potion. Lovely. But otherwise, let's check on Brilliant Dazzle? No. Or let's try Whirlwind on the Lich here. Whirlwind hits for 1 spell power. And then we'll also use our Dazzle. Sure. For 2 spell power. Also counts for a physical attack. A Mighty Flash erupts as the archer uses Brilliant Dazzle to repel the Lich. Alright, round 4. We're good. Meanwhile, the Earth Dragon appears. Maybe, if you are silent, it will pass on. We can do this, my friends. 3 actions remain. Look around for items, but find none. Which means, ideally, with this Earth Dragon, we should cower. You stay very, very still, hoping the Earth Dragon does not see you. You are correct, but your bravery has suffered. Bro, that is trying to save myself. Alright. A kobold can take down an adventurer. A pack can take out a whole party. We have the time. Let's win. 3 actions remain. You find a spell. Spirit Hammer of Thudding. Let's try the spell and thud that kobold. For 1 spell power, the cleric uses the Hammer of Thudding to bonk the kobold into magical submission. Here we go. Round 6. We're good. Alright. Now, I know for a fact this presence of the floating eye seems scary, but maybe just gotta get to know it. You found a spell tile. Log of Knocking Out. So I know for a fact, I've done it now a couple times, that if you cower here, then you'll be good. Fearing lasers and magic from the floating eye, you hide in cover and it moves away. Bravery, yeah, we know. We're not very brave, but importantly, the Dwarf King appears! We made it to the end. Ho, adventurers, in my realm, I must test your mettle. You look around for items, but find none. Alright, he's here to test our mettle. So, what if we assess the situation? Dwarf King ignores your cower this round. Alright, we're not going to cower. What if we banter with the Dwarf King? Just let us go. Just let us out of this dungeon and we'll be cool, right? No hard feelings. The Dwarf King appreciates your attempts at conversation, but is not satisfied by them. Thank you for your stoutness, my comrades. 2 actions remain. Well, that went poorly. Let's try using our potion. Strength potion tile, yes. And then we'll use the Log of Knocking Out. Yes. Hits for 2 spell power. And counts as a physical attack. And I've angered the Dwarf King in his fury. Bricks and stones of the dungeon close in on you. Maybe in another life you will survive this encounter, but not today, my friends. And my axe. And that is Hall of the Dwarf King, out now on catalog for a price of $6. Can also be played with an actual physical thing you can print out and play with your friends and use Mirror to broadcast the dungeon as such. I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. For videos right here. I'll see you next time. And I'm out.